everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're talking about one of the recent movies from Marvel, Thor Ragnarok.
This third movie in the Thor trilogy follows the Asgardian prince as he's captured and forced to fight on a war world-esque planet and must return to Asgard to stop the villainous Hela and the end of Asgard.
Which doesn't turn out well.
And neither does this movie.
Okay. Now I know that there are lots of people who really enjoy this movie, both critics and Thor fans. They say it's the best out of the Thor trilogy. And that's totally fine. It's just that us personally did not care for it as much as the other two. And I think part of it for us is we're used to the action that was given in the first two movies, and there was a sense of good versus evil. And this one is just, it's such a lean towards comedy because comedy is more marketable now, apparently, and they decided to make Thor into more of an action comedy instead of just an action superhero movie.
That's one thing. Another thing is, in the original installment of this series, it was based on the Norwegian mythology of Thor, the god of thunder. And it was based on that story, and it kept to it, and it made it come alive, not only for millions of Marvel fans, but probably for them as well. And you got to see that, you know, he was mighty and powerful, and what this mythology was all about. And the second one, it stayed true to the same mythology, and they took liberties, and they made it interesting. In this one, Thor has become like a regular human man who loves the state of Texas because they think Texas has nothing but gunpowder. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, he cuts off all his hair. He totally isn't even dressed like Thor anymore. And it looks like they tried to make him more human. And I don't want to see a human Thor. I want to see the Thor from the first two movies. Now, that being said, Chris Hemsworth is an awesome actor. I've seen him in other movies. He's got range. He's versatile. He can play any role. And it's not that he doesn't play this role well. It's just this isn't the role I want to see for Thor.
Right. And I also read that he was actually tired of playing the same type of Thor we had seen in the first two movies and Avengers, that he wanted to change the character a little bit so it would be more like him. So that's why he's more relaxed. He's more of a party animal. He still likes to be reckless. He likes to drink a lot, mess with humans and so forth, make jokes about everybody. So instead of him being a more serious character, because I guess we have too many of those, they made him into a more relaxed character who I guess is more of the Earth personality, because that what was given in the first movie. He had to see how people were helpless, and the way he was acting was unacceptable in order to be king, and that's how he learned to be more merciful and to be a superhero. And here it's just like, screw all that, I want to destroy stuff, I want to be a pioneer, I'm the king, I can do what I want.
But also, for me, what was disturbing is they destroy Mjolnir. So the hammer's gone, and he defeats the enemy with earth guns. So then, if he can defeat the enemy with earth weapons, there's no need for Thor or Loki or anybody else that's from Asgard.
Right. And they had to use one villain to defeat another villain. So your whole purpose for the movie is gone. That being said, they spent most of 90% of the movie on this planet when they were looking for the dad, because he was missing. Loki had taken over, and they didn't know it. So when they were looking for him, they met Doctor Strange, and he sent him to Norway, where he just literally passes away in front of them.
Right.
I'm like, that was a little bit odd. And then literally 2 seconds later, Hela shows up, tells them that she's their sister, and then she wants to destroy all of Asgard, not rule over it
to spread
or
death
anything. Yeah,
and
just destroy everything because he abandoned her. And that's pretty much all she wanted.
She's got a, wander over yonder, she's got a Dominator complex.
Right? And that's why I have Dominator as her in my video. It's the exact same thing. And there was some comedy in there. It's not that it wasn't completely unfunny at all. It did have some funny parts, like with Stan Lee.
And I like funny parts.
Yeah.
But for this franchise, I want, as you say, the action, the fantasy, the heroics. That's what I want. I don't want a Thor that my brother can go to the bar with and get drunk and then he needs guns to defeat the enemy.
Right.
I don't want that. I want the Thor from the first two movies. But alas, we understand that Thor now is gone.
Right. And this Thor is here to stay because he apparently is more effective.
And marketable.
And
commercial.
Right. And of course you also have Hulk returns after 2 years since Age of Ultron, and he's a superstar on that planet, so of course the Hulk did not want to turn back to Bruce Banner.
Right.
Because according to Marvel and confirmed, Bruce Banner is useless and no one needs him because Tony Stark's the genius. You need that muscle power from Hulk. Hulk is the one the Avengers need. Bruce Banner is useless. Confirmed by Marvel.
Wow.
So that's a little bit shocking to see that you're rejecting half your own character, which isn't too surprising because they've been pushing Hulk a lot. They gave him a lot of episodes in Avengers. He got a lot of attention from the Avengers movie when he did that move, but they marketed so much.
And he got a lot of attention in animation versions of series and things as well.
Yeah, he got his own show, which didn't last too long. He got his own movie. He got more selling movies. He got more toys. He was taking the spotlight in the show called The Avengers. They just made it Hulk show again. And they kind of wanted to make it about him. So they had Thor fight Hulk again in the arena. And of course you don't know who won because you know whoever wins, the fans of the one who lost are going to be saying that wasn't fair. So it's kind of left up to your own imagination of who won the fight.
Right.
But it still has some funny moments. There's some good fight scenes. Stan Lee's cameo was once again hilarious.
Yes.
He's the creepy old man that cuts his hair unwillingly, and so that was funny. There was some good dialogue and some jokes.
Well, definitely. I mean, there were good parts to the movie. We're not saying the movie was horrible. It wasn't. It's just not the Thor that we're used to seeing and that we appreciate more from the Marvel Universe. So, again, we understand that the Thor of the first two movies no longer exists.
Right.
So, is there going to be a fourth installment?
It looks like, no. I don't see a big chance of it because his home is gone. They're floating around in space. I know he's in Infinity War, but I don't know how because at the time of recording this, we have not seen it.
That's correct.
So I don't know what they're going to do. Is Asgard going to be in space from now on? Are they going to colonize on Earth and just spread out? Or what?
Which if they do, then Thor fits right in there.
Right. So I doubt there's going to be another Thor because they had 3 Iron Man movies. That was it. 3 Captain America movies, that was it. 1 Hulk movie, so.
I'm so glad you brought that up because, for me, when it ended and he said, Asgard isn't a place, Asgard is in your heart. What?
But Asgard's been a place for the last 5-6 years, but now you want to give me an excuse?
And for thousands of years of mythology, now suddenly, Asgard isn't a place. It's a condition. No, Asgard was a place.
Yeah, I just said, okay, look, I guess he was just saying, look, this is what we wrote. Just accept the fact that this is our excuse for destroying the place. You don't need it. That's a lot of money for CGI effects. Asgard is wherever you are. Just accept that. That's the best we got. It's like magic.
Asgard is here.
Right.
Asgard is recording with us.
Right.
Asgard is on YouTube.
Right.
Asgard is in the mall square.
But the one thing that actually was surprising is that Loki had a bit of redemption.
True.
Because now Marvel considers him a hero and has put him up with the lineup with the other heroes, and people are really happy about that because even though he was crazy as heck and deliver great comedy, they said there was still something.
And some awesome lines. I mean, in all 3 installments, he had some lines that were just custom made for him.
Right. And he did show the redemption at the end. You didn't think it was ever going to happen because even he was like, you still believe in me and stuff.
Right.
And you did get that, and he's no longer the sadistic person
well, I think
in the
sister
beginning.
took that spot. I mean, as
now
crazy and evil as she was, it was like he was a puppy dog. So,
right.
Yeah.
So that was good. So that will end up affecting Infinity War. I know that since they're going to be in there, obviously.
Right.
And so that was one of the good things that came out of it. And they had a lot of action, lots of fast movement. So it didn't feel like it was a dull movie at all. I was never bored at any point. There may have been like one scene that carried on just a little bit longer than it should because there was a lot of talking, but I understood it was exposition. But as far as it's concerned, you just got the action movie.
And one great thing I do like about the Thor movies is they always have a strong female character in all 3 installments they have, and this one was no different. They had someone different we didn't know who was a frenemy, I guess we could say.
Yeah.
Who was a strong character, who in the end chose to do the right thing. So that's another great part of this franchise. Strong women, capable, smart, beautiful, and relatable.
Right. And she had a pretty good backstory, some good lines. She was almost female him because she liked to get drunk, liked to fight and stuff, but it showed that she wasn't completely heartless.
Right.
So that was another good thing that came out of it.
So if there is another Thor installment, maybe we'll get to see that he grows. Maybe we'll see a little more of this version of Thor that we actually like, and the movie may appeal to us more. But, for us right now, the first 2 installments of this trilogy are the best.
Right.
For those of you that love number 3, good
That's
going.
great, yeah.
Awesome, good going. And maybe you can get us a 4th installment, because if you do, we'll watch it.
Right. And I have to say, the trailer did look very action-packed. Before we watched the movie, it looked action-packed. It looked exciting.
Definitely.
It looked like it did have a shift in tone, being action comedy instead of just fully action with some bits of comedy.
Yeah, you could tell it was going to be different. So it wasn't like they presented one movie to you in the trailer, and then you get there and you go, what is this? This isn't what I expected. No, as you said, you were given hints that this was going to be a different type of movie.
Right.
But, loving the franchise, we watched it anyway.
Right.
So, again, until the 4th installment of Thor, which we hope does come.
I'm Oscar Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.